She's literally the queen of Chanel. We are going to be doing a little comparison. When it comes to the Chanel Diana, we're going to go through a little bit of the history and show what fits between the small and the medium, because I know a lot of people had questions on that, and just seeing which Diana is best for you. Welcome back to the channel. You guys know that we are all about handbags when it comes to doing reviews, hauls, comparisons, unboxings, everything like that. So if you love content like that, I try to release 2 videos per week. So stop by and say hi on Instagram and TikTok, and let's just talk about the Diana bags. If you didn't know, Chanel Diana was first introduced in the late 1980s, I believe, and it was made iconic by Princess Diana herself. I just love this bag for so many different reasons. Number one, she's a vintage piece, and we all know what that means. Vintage means better quality, better material, better craftsmanship, and overall will last and stand the test of time, because this bag is over 20 something years old. I mean, way over 20 years old, but she looks like a queen still. So many people have asked me, can you please do a comparison on what fits inside a small and what actually fits inside a medium? And yes, I definitely will. This bag right here is the size medium. Okay, this one is my bag. This bag I picked up during my baby moon in Japan at Amore in Tokyo, because when I went to Japan for my baby moon, I knew I wanted to come back with a piece that really reminded me of the trip, and I knew I wanted a Diana, but I really didn't know where to purchase it. I mean, I went to a lot of the vintage places. At that time, the small Diana was actually significantly more than the medium. For that reason, I opted for the medium, because to be honest with you, I was okay with both. So this is the size medium one that I have. So to me, I didn't need any other classic Chanels, because this to me is the classic Chanel flap, because I have this. And to me, this is, I want to say better, but more usable for my lifestyle, because she actually fits a lot and I don't have to go through the double flap to get in there. However, I understand like the classic flap is a iconic classic flap. So it really just depends on what you want. Now, this one I actually borrowed from Reunited Luxury. This is a size small. Look at how perfect this bag looks. She is, again, a queen. I always see they have such nice Dianas. I see them in various amounts of colors and sizes, as well as caviar and lambskin. But I just really wanted to share like the small size in comparison to the medium. And this one is just so perfect. If only I could kind of trade the medium with this one, just because I love the poofiness more of this one. A little too late for that, but I'm happy that I was able to at least be able to do a little comparison and really look at the difference. But you can see the difference, right? So when you're shopping pre-love, you're shopping vintage, there's many things to look for. Although both of these bags are 20 plus years old, they're both in really good condition, but you can see like in the version that I have, which is the medium, the quilts are going down a little bit. And then if you look at this version over here, the quilts are still poofy. To me, I know this is not in the best condition, but at that time in store, this was the best one they had. And I won't let it go, because this is more of a memory of anything else. But this is so beautiful. The small and the medium, they're both okay. So let's talk about the sizing first of all. I want to just do an accurate size measurement. So I'm gonna measure small. So we're looking about 9 inches when it comes to the length. And we're looking about 5 when it comes to the height. So 9 by 5 for the small, which honestly still fits a good amount. And what I think about the small is it looks better if you're wearing it crossbody, because it does give like almost like a mini flap bag type of feel, which makes it super cute. Now this one isn't actually too much bigger, so to me it doesn't really matter. This one is a 10, so it's an inch longer, and this is a 6. So yeah, it's an inch longer in length and in height. So that's what the difference between the specs, right? So again, not a huge difference. And because I've been carrying more, like the medium actually works well for me. So no regrets on this, but I did want to hop on here and just show you like what actually fits. So I will drop in some items so you can see how this compares to some of the smaller sizes. The other question I get is, well, what color should I get, right? So when it comes to the queen herself, like I always say, as much as I love a good, colorful, fun bag, I like to tend more neutral. I know they have them in other, very rarely in other colors. I think I've seen like a brown, a burgundy, actually, I don't know. I've seen a white. I've seen a white one. The white ones are beautiful, but for me, like these are the go-to colors, right? And I love both. I love this one, but I just don't need a Diana at the moment. But the black is iconic. You can never go wrong with a classic black Diana, but this beige taupe color with the gold is so gorgeous. So if you want something more neutral, or you have a lot of black bags, you want to add in a little bit of dimension in your collection, like this is such a good one. So any of the vintage bags is actually plated with 24K gold. Now, you know that with our new Chanel bags right now, they are just painted gold, right? I don't even know what the right word is. So often you'll get complaints of the gold paint chipping if you use it. And obviously you're going to be turning and touching the turn lock, right, as you're getting in and out of the bag. So there is multiple people that complain that this part gets chipped. Chanel considers that a wear and tear, so they will not fix that for free. So if you were to repaint or touch up the hardware, Chanel will do it at a fee. So that's the thing about new Chanel, right? And that's why I always say, you guys, if you're gonna get a Chanel, get a vintage. Most of my Chanels are vintage pieces. I have a couple of new pieces. No regrets on those. Those are just bags I really like. But for the most part, I will always go vintage because I just think they are made so much better than what they currently are. Let's get into what fits, right? Obviously we know it fits like the normal things, but let's see if it fits like bigger items. I just got a couple of, I'm gonna put in like bigger items because again, we know like a card wallet's gonna fit. We know like the basic stuff, but will a mini iPad fit? So this is a small size, it does. So see what I mean? Like the small actually fits a really good amount. So that's really good. And this is like a bifold compact wallet, so it is bigger than like a card wallet. You can actually fit both of those inside, and then you can fit a pouch. You can't fit the Labubu, but you can actually fit this as well if you were to carry a passport holder. This one is a Vivienne limited edition passport holder. Do you see that fits perfectly? You can actually still close the bag up. She is so good. So obviously all of this will fit inside the medium too. So we're just gonna transfer this all into the medium and see how that goes. Here's the medium, again, 10 inches length versus 9. So we all know like obviously the iPad will fit. We know that the passport, the compact wallet. So only thing I want to add to this one, minus what's currently in there, is can we get in a Labubu? The medium fits all plus a Labubu, and she closes up. So the difference is between a medium and small is one Labubu. So you can see that both bags fit a ton. So whether you're going small or medium, it's really up to, you know, how much you want to squeeze in there, but the difference is very minimal. And then I think ultimately it comes down to what you want it to look like when you're wearing it crossbody, because that is probably most people's concern, I would think. There is the medium size as a crossbody. So you can see the size. It's a little bit bigger, but honestly, it's still not too big for a crossbody, you know? I put on the beige color just to show the difference between the two. But here's the beige one. And again, like not a huge difference, right? In the small. So like on crossbody, it still looks very, very similar. I don't actually notice the difference too much. So just to summarize everything, I really think either way, the small or medium, both are so good. You just want to look for wear and tear, you know, when it comes to the poofiness of the quilt. But I would say, like, if you're gonna invest in a classic bag, go Diana, go for the queen. Yes, a flap, a classic flap, a double flap. I know those are iconic too, but my heart will always belong to the Diana. So now my question is, do I want to at one point add the small? Because I think, as again, it's very minimal in size, but I would love to add now a different color, right? Whether it's the beige one, or if I can find like a brown one or a burgundy, that would be amazing. They have these in both lambskin and in caviar, and the difference is definitely a mile away, right? Because caviar bags cost more, but they are caviar bags. So I think when it comes to whether it's a medium or a small Diana in the caviar, you're looking average like 10K, right? So versus like this is like way less than that. It just depends on where you purchase, and it depends on how much you pay. So it really takes in all those factors. So just to give you an idea of cost when it comes to caviar versus lambskin. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little Diana comparison. So if you guys have any questions, you can always drop a comment below or DM me, and we can always talk Dianas and Chanel's and all those things. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.